Did you think that you were through with me? Oh no. People, people of this world, I have seen so many things. You would make your head swim. Many that had gone through what I've gone through would put a gun to their head and pull the trigger. You and your ancient ways. Even though you find a new way of doing it, you're still throwing rocks at each other. Some of you found a different way, but still, majority of the world throw rocks. You don't think they do? Where do bullets come from? Is it not from the ground and the soil melted down into spears or smaller rocks with something to make them go faster and further and straighter? Just another type of rock. You're still throwing rocks at each other, just like in the past. One that you look for. You look to the past to find out all the things that you are right now. Did you know you're still playing your gladiator games? You don't think so? What is football? What is basketball? What is baseball? Are they not performed in arenas just like the gladiators of old? Just because no one dies, even though they may get hurt, doesn't mean that it's any less than a gladiator game. Spectators come to watch those that is from the far side fall at the fall. Isn't that what you really look for? If not, then why is there accidents and everybody slows down to see how bad it is, to see if somebody died in it? Gladiator game, you still stuck with it. You still stuck with wanting to see what other sufferings others go through. That's why you look to the past and you're stuck there. And you say, well, no, I'm living in the future. No, there is no future. There is only now. You can say you're looking to the future, but no one has control over it. You say, yes, you do. This is where I live. This is the way I choose to do. But you give the power over to somebody else to choose whether you live or die. It used to be that the wandering man throughout the woods would forage for what they needed to eat. And if they came upon others, they would trade with each other to see if they could get in something a little more morsel, 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 just to eat. I say that because that's the true key to the answer to all your problems. But yet, you can't do that. You have built your cities up and your factories up at such a numerous pace, and such a numerous footage, and so much space is needed to run them, and so many people are needed to run them. And these people, they need to live further and further away till they can't make it to work. There's a song that says, I owe my soul to the company store. Why is that? Because it's the companies that actually feed you now. When they can't feed you or feed themselves, they'll toss you away. Really? How many villages around the earth were made for producing fabric? Little things like socks, underwear, t-shirts, bras, shirts that you wear, your trousers that you put on. These people that made all this stuff, they knew they had to have workers. So they built these little bitty tiny homes, most that you could buy in a Sears and Roebuck catalog mail order homes. They can be put up over a night, and somebody can move into them, and they can own them as long as you work for the mills. They mills, they may pay you lower wages, but don't worry. They have stores that they own. They'll sell you your food. You need water. Don't worry, the mills controls the city that will give you water. You need heat. Don't worry, the mills control the city council that will give you heat. But you need to take your time and rest to go here and go there. Don't worry, these mills they take and make the roads and bring in the cars and the things that you need to go here and go there. But the moment the mills don't need you no more, you're gone. You don't think this happened? Look around your state. Look around your country. And you'll see that there are mill villages that popped up all over the place. And yes, you sold your soul to the company store because you had to have a little morsel of food to eat. The same as those wandering tribesmen, the wandering people. Yes. And what's to come in the future? You're going to go back to the way it was. The simple life. After all, those politicians governing your body, your health, and everything, living thousands of miles away, are doing more harm to you than help. But you say you need the government to help feed you this. Are they any different than the mill workers, coal miners, the factory? No, they're no different. They're doing the same game, the same thing all the time. And who is suffering? You are. I've seen these things. I stepped from one place here into the other. And within a blink of an eye, I could go from here to there and blink again and I can see the future. Blink again and I can see the past and know how it all runs together like running water. There is a source where it all comes from. And once you block that source, it can no longer flow. And all these politicians, all these government, all these leaders, they are blocking everything that you're doing. The only choice you have is to do nothing. You look to have credit here and there. You need to have that dollar. It used to be you had to have that gold. Then before that you had to have the silver or the pearls or the gems or whatever. It used to be all you need to have was the salt. That's how people trade. And now, no matter how many different ways that you come up with a value of what you do, the only value that you have with what you do affects only those right around you. It doesn't affect anybody else. Power in your home, electricity, have light for hundreds of years, thousands of years. Men lived by just a fireplace in his home. For millions of years, the earth didn't even know what man was, to where man would need to have fire to keep him alive. The earth would go back to what it was. Just like you will go back the way it was. Yes, I've seen these things. I cross from one existence to the next. Call me weird. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want to call me. Oh, have you come up with a name for who I am? You come up with a name for everything else. You can come up with a name for me. It doesn't matter what you call me. It's not going to change what's going to happen. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you fight it, these things are going to be. And just know, when all this happens, when all these computers and technologies have to go away, what are you going to be able to trade with your neighbor for those morsels of food that you need to eat? What are you going to be able to do? And you worried about COVID hurting you and killing you. There'll come a time when you won't even be able to go to the doctor because you can't get to the doctor. The doctor can't get to you. And if you did get to the doctor and the doctor did get to you, they would not have the supplies because the supplies won't be there. Why? Why? Just use your mind. Use your brains and realize what's coming from the outside into where you're at will stop. What will you do?